Well, ladies and gentlemen, Pandora's box has just been opened. Wait, anyone else feel like they're getting a sense of deja vu? I'm just messing with you guys. Now, we're going to go over some massive issues in the leaked gameplay that we saw running on the PS4 version. Now, I know hating on the golden child that is CD Projekt Red is a sure way to get disliked to oblivion and back because they gave us The Witcher 3, obviously. All I ask is to actually watch the video before you leave a dislike or comment. Anyways, as always, if you're just make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more quality content. Probably not the right audience to market to. Anyways, this was pure uncut gameplay, but people that didn't really know what they were doing, we can all agree on that much at least. For those that haven't seen the leaked gameplay, they sped through the character creator in seconds, which is fine. You can pick a preset and not even bother with the character creator. That's completely fine. But they didn't change any of their attribute points. In an RPG, the way you build your character is pretty important, and they just left everything on default for the attribute points, so they definitely didn't know what they were doing. And they went straight into the game, even commenting at one point saying, this is like GTA 5, bro, that's what I heard, in certain sections, so they are pretty much clowns. Let's put that out the way. But the massive issues I'm seeing isn't even related to how these clowns are playing. It's major issues with the PS4 gameplay. It's pop-in issues where when you're just first going into the game, the guy's body is all rendered in, loaded in, and then an actual noticeable amount of time later, this wasn't like, I take quick screenshot and make Cyberpunk a meme. No, an actual noticeable amount of time later, the textures for the rest of it, the body, the arms actually pop in, which is kind of an issue. And the textures, like how the game actually looks, were very downgraded to like an insane point, which honestly we should have expected a certain point of downgrading, given that the PS4 and like the PC versions are obviously gonna be insanely different. But this is even a downgrade between like the PS4 and like the PS4 Pro versions, really. But the issue isn't just the issue of like it being downgraded, it's also lagging. So we have like a downgraded game alongside poorer performance. Now keep in mind that this doesn't have the day one patch, so that's really the saving grace here. There's no day one patch on it. There's no day zero patch, by the way, based on how people are actually able to get into the game. I'll get into that later, but day zero patch is pretty much meant to lock people out of actually playing the game. They had 2 months since going gold to actually start working on this day one patch, because they started working on day one patch after the game went gold, pretty much. So they need to address all these issues, all these performance issues, bugs, pop-in issues in pretty much 2 months, which explains why they need to start crunching after all. I mean, personally, I'm not... Oh, by the way, crunching is pretty debatable subject, so I'm not going to get into that. I mean, personally, I'm not happy about the delay. I've got like a super PC here, so I personally felt that was unfair that everyone got delayed because the last-gen consoles weren't running well, I guess, when it was first announced. But now looking at this game, like you showing me this delay was beyond needed. If we go straight up facts, the next gen consoles, we've seen them running pretty well and are expected to get upgrade graphics later in 2021. And PC is PC. The game was built around PC. It'll run perfectly fine and look absolutely stunning. Which I think most of the optimizing time actually accidentally went to PC instead of the consoles, because for people that don't know, the majority of people actually do play on consoles. But when you look at like the specs that they posted for the PC, they're really low actually. They're relatively low to be running the game. So I think most of their like optimizing went to PC, and now they're trying like cram in the last 2 months some optimization for the last gen of consoles. Last gen of consoles being the PS4 and Xbox Ones, not the upgrade Xbox One X and PS4 Pros, because those were running okay, I guess. But the last gen consoles, they're running horrible. When we first saw the console footage, it wasn't that bad. A lot of the complaints were more nitpicking. Yeah, I'd agree with you guys there. But this PS4 gameplay was gameplay we weren't supposed to be shown. There's bugs, pop-in issues, rendering issues, and even odd dialogue where this isn't handpicked handpicked footage they're choosing to show us for marketing. This is actual somebody hopped in the game, they have no idea what they're doing, they start playing it, and we're seeing the bugs. There's also the odd dialogue option, 1 or 2, where you pick a dialogue option, after everyone's done talking, you get to pick the same dialogue option again. The example I'm thinking about is actually a specific line with the mechanic that went something like, "Hey, don't rush me," and you could indefinitely keep saying, "Hey, shut it, don't rush me. Hey, shut it, don't rush me. Hey, shut it, don't rush me. Which I don't know if that's a bug or an intended mechanic. I've never had like an RPG where you could indefinitely repeat the same dialogue without at least the option being grayed out. Because it seemed like you hadn't picked that option yet, but like at least grayed out. I don't know. I mean, the positives here are that the game was actually running on the PS4. It was actually running. It didn't look horrible. It looked okay. The general gameplay is still there. The tutorial pop-ups aren't the best, but they aren't the worst either. We also got it confirmed that the prologue section of the game is extremely linear, which I've argued to people that it just makes sense for the prologue to be linear, and then after you've done the prologue, the game just throws you in. Now, this is the RPG experience. There were only there's only one yellow option each time you were doing the prologue, which for those who don't know, the yellow options are what progresses the dialogue further. And there's the normal ones, which are getting information or being funny or whatever. The skip dialogue mechanic, we also saw that played out. It was pretty cool, I suppose. It did this weird glitch, though, this glitch effect, which is intended. It's an intended mechanic. Every time you skip the dialogue, which this is straight up nitpicking on my end, but I wish they waited until we got Silverhand in our head to actually make that a mechanic. At least for me, if I ever need to skip dialogue, I'll probably like rationalize it with, hey, Silverhand's taking over or something. Because they could have been like, oh, Silverhand took over for that part. That's why you're seeing this glitch effect taking place and time skipping. But anyways, as we went through in the past vid, they got like a couple hours ago. This is the Cyberpunk team's fault that gameplay is being leaked. Games normally include a day 0 patch. This day 0 patch makes the game actually run. Without it, you know what those 2 discs are? Those 2 discs are 2 frisbees, pretty much. But they didn't do that because everything was set up and ready for November 19th. And then they realized, oh my god, we couldn't push the game out as it is right now. And they told no one, so everyone, I don't think anyone was prepared for it because of how trading laws pretty much work, because it's a publicly traded company, so they couldn't tell everybody. Yeah. So they couldn't push out the game as it is right now because the reviews would all be talking about downgrades and performance issues and bugs and performance and bug issues and on and on and on and on. And obviously performance and bug issues are kind of what tarnish the reputation of a game forever at launch. Fallout 76 has gotten a fair bit better now, but it's still looked up as a meme because of its massive server and bug issues at launch, which I was playing the game since like the Break It Early test, which aka beta, including some of the memes were included. Todd Howard saying his famous 16 times the detail line, which would happen again with Cyberpunk 2077, considering the amount of stuff the devs have said to hype the game up. Any missing feature or bug will have their voices over it in a meme format, because that's just how the internet works, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you a secret. Hating on this game is going to be as popular as liking this game. That's just how the internet works. I don't know how to explain it to you other than that. But that's about it. After like 30 minutes, the guy got spooked by someone writing his name on his stream. He's like, oh my god, and he turned it off and he privated the vid. But apparently comments on my last video are saying you can actually find it pretty easily if you search around, which, you know, I'll take your word for it. I already have it on me, but I can't show you it because obvious reasons. I mean, they had a pretty good like opportunity. The people that leaked the gameplay, they had a good chance to go down the community as good people by showing customization, perks, skills, and the map. But he thought it was GTA 5 and showed none of that. This isn't the first leak either, in case you're wondering. If you're brave enough or willing enough to spoil some parts of the story for yourself, there was a plot leak that was posted before Night City Wire 5, about like a week or two before, about the best possible ending and what happens during it. And everything mentioned in that plot leak was proven right based on what we saw in Night City Wire 5, including Johnny Silverhand's role and Takamura's, I believe it's Takamura's role. But that's about all I want to go through regarding some of the major issues we had, and scenes and leaks. They made a mistake not getting in front of the leaks, in my opinion. Instead, they decided to pretty much lock down their Discord and Reddit and most news places to avoid people getting spoiled, which sucks for anyone that wants to talk about it and then gets a flat-out perma ban just because they didn't know better without really knowing. But it is what it is. Hopefully the day one patch is able to fix a lot of the issues that we're seeing. It will obviously not like visually upgrade the game because you're not getting 4K textures into a day one patch. That just doesn't happen. You're not making it that massive. It's just performance optimization and bug squashing, bug fixes, including, I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to fix that pop-in issue, because the PS4 and Xbox One, they don't really have like high-powered SSDs, so I don't know how you're gonna fix the pop-in issue. You're gonna have to pull some like wizardry off there. But personally, I think the gameplay was not like the worst. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't the worst. It didn't look the worst, but it did look downgraded, which I feel bad for anyone like playing it on the last gen consoles after they had seen max PC quality footage hyping them up, which is a mistake on their marketings and of not showing people the correct footage. They decided to like create an insane level of hype by showing the best possible footage, which makes sense because they want to capitalize on sales, right? But it's going to actually backfire. I think it's definitely going to backfire unless they find a way to fix some of these issues that you can see right when you open up your life path. Oh, there's also going to be inevitably that one comment that's like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. My response to that is, bro, I've got a 5K Super PC that's legit got the newest tech in it right now. It could be optimized as complete garbage. It could be a dumpster fire, and I'd still be able to run it. You should be the one more worried about performance quality than I am. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you liked it. If you didn't enjoy it, then leave a dislike, I guess, and break my fragile heart. Oh no, we can't make jokes because people take everything so seriously that are fanboying game. Don't fanboy the game. Don't hate on the game. Play the game. If you enjoy it, you enjoyed it. You don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. It's a game at the end of the day. It's not like a real life simulator that some people are taking it as. Like, come on, it's a game. Every game can be criticized. Take a joke, take a chill pill, and all of that. Yeah, I guess subscribe for more quality content regardless. Anyways, peace, Human. Stay amazing. How long do you think the video was? 12 minutes. So 12 plus 8. I could have put this on to like a 20-minute vid. The reason I didn't is because this is going to be so much worse. Just because I'm going to be like, hey, there's some pretty big issues. And people are going to like, you've insulted Cyberpunk. Oh my god. Which I'm as hyped as everyone else is for the game. But if you do something stupid, I am telling people that you did something stupid. It is how it is. Jeez. Nervous some people, honestly.